Now, since you are familiar with Kahoot, you're going to know that we're going to see the questions up on the board and you're going to respond on your device. Do we ever shout out our answers?
No.
Okay. If you're excited because you got the question right, I want you to wave your hands in the air showing me your excitement. If you're frustrated because you got it wrong, I want you to show me that same frustration with your hands on your head. That way we're going quickly through the questions and can do another fun activity at the end. Sound good? Okay, watch up here and then you're going to do the exact same thing. So you're going to, in a moment, open your device. So go ahead and click on number 3. I'll read the questions. You'll have to read the responses. And submit. If you need to stand up in the back to see the choices, you can. And then just make sure you sit back down once you respond.
Plus 0 points.
So 4 of us, this is why we do a practice question, just in case we get a little trigger happy and select one too quickly. Okay, next one is practice as well. Click the letter B. Remember, if you get logged out, the game pin can be found at the bottom. Celebrations or frustrations? All right. Now, going to the bathroom and grabbing a Kleenex. If you need to do that, take care of it. But it really doesn't have anything to do with before we use the iPad. It's really important that we wash our hands because 4th grade is not the only class that uses these iPads. All grade levels use them. So all of our hands are touching them, and we know what's on our hands. Germs. We don't want those to spread. We also don't want things like dirt and grime on the iPads and devices, because when they get dirty, that can affect their use as well. So make sure we wash our hands before and after things like snack, lunch, recess, all that stuff. All right. Why do you think this is a false statement? What does a red light mean when you're driving? Stop. So with the iPads, it also means we're going to stop. When you pick them up out of the cart, I asked you to keep them on your desk and keep them closed. The devices were then at red light because I didn't want you doing something on them yet before you had directions. So that usually means there's something important your teacher needs to talk to you about, and she doesn't want you distracted by the iPad. So that's what red light means. Just either the screen is off or the flap is closed and you're waiting. Okay? All right, you might be able to infer about the next question. What do you think it means when the iPad is at yellow light? I am. What do you think? Make your best guess. You don't already know the answer, so it's okay if you miss this one. All right, so if you're at red light, you're not using the device, you've stopped. If you're at yellow, you're doing an activity with your teacher. Right now, we are at yellow light. You are only in Kahoot, and you are only doing the tasks I've asked you to do, which is submit your answers. Red light means you wouldn't be touching it. So yellow light, we're doing something together. You're not in other apps playing games while your teacher's talking. You're simply following, kind of like Simon says, and doing the task. Make sense? Okay. All right, what do you think's next? What color light?
Green light.
If your iPad is a green light, I can do anything with the iPad. You think that statement is true or false? That's all right. All right, who can tell me, why is this a false statement right here?
Because you can't be playing games.
Do you think you can play a game if it's for learning?
Yeah.
Do you think I can play a math game during writer's workshop?
No.
So it's important that we're doing whatever task our teacher has given us. Sometimes there will be times you do play games on the iPad. There are educational games on here. There will be other times she asks you to create something. So whatever that task is, she's going to give you a green light, which means go. So earlier when I said go, you were given a green light. I asked you to do something, you are completing that. After you complete that task, what color light do you think the iPad would return to?
Yellow. No, red.
Red. You finished what you were supposed to do all on your own, so the device is then either put away or turned off, and you've stopped.